In this chapter, we will learn how to use arrays in PHP. An array allows one variable to store multiple related values. We will create indexed arrays and associative arrays, access individual array elements, use common array functions, loop through arrays with for each, and process groups of checkboxes submitted through an HTML form. An array is a PHP data type that allows one variable to store multiple values. For example, instead of creating 3 separate variables for 3 fruits, we can store all 3 fruit names in one array. An array can contain strings, numbers, Boolean values, and even other arrays. An array stored inside another array is often called a nested array. When several arrays are organized inside another array, the structure may also be called a multi-dimensional array. In this chapter, we will concentrate on simple one-dimensional arrays. An array contains individual items called elements. Each element has a key and a corresponding value. When an array uses automatically assigned numbers such as 0, 1, or 2, those numeric keys are often called indexes. A simple way to remember the difference is this. An index is an integer key, such as 0, 1, or 2. A string key is a descriptive name, such as name, email, or caller. Square brackets are used to create arrays and access individual array elements. When we do not provide the integer keys, PHP normally begins with key 0 and increases the key by 1 for each new element. PHP arrays may use integer keys, string keys, or a combination of both. PHP provides several built-in variables called superglobals. Some of the superglobals we have already used are $_server, $_post, $get. These variables are associative arrays automatically created by PHP. The post array contains information submitted through a form that gets the post method. The get array contains information submitted through the get method. The server array contains information about the server, the current request, and the environment in which PHP script is running. With post and get, a form controls name attribute normally becomes an array key. For example, we have input type equals text name and then fname. The submitted value can be retrieved with the post variable and inside of the brackets fname. In this example, fname is the key. Here is an indexed array. The opening and closing brackets create the array. Commas separate the values. Because we did not provide any keys, PHP automatically assigns integer keys beginning with 0. The elements have these keys and values. 0 is apples, 1 is bananas, 2 is oranges. To access an individual value, write the array variable followed by the key inside square brackets. And this displays apples. Remember that the first element uses index 0, not index 1. We can use echo to display one value from an array. However, we should not use echo to display the entire array. PHP cannot directly convert an entire array into a normal string. In current PHP versions, attempting to do this produces an array to string conversion warning. When we want to inspect an entire array while testing code, we can use the printr function or the var_dump function. These are developer troubleshooting tools. They allow us to look inside a variable while writing and testing a program. They should not normally be used as the finished presentation that visitors see on a web page. Later in this presentation, we will use a for each loop to display array values in a more organized way. PHP allows us to assign our own integer keys. In this example, the first key is 1 instead of 0. To retrieve the stored value under key 1, we use the echo and then the variable list, and inside of the brackets, the number 1. This displays apples. Although assigning custom integer keys is valid, it is usually easier to let PHP create the key automatically for a simple indexed array. For most indexed arrays in the course, we will use this syntax here. This creates keys beginning with 0. This symbol, made from an equal sign followed by a greater than sign, is called the double arrow operator. When an array is created, the double arrow associates a key on the left with the value on the right. For example, 1, and then we have the double arrow operator, apples. The integer 1 is the key and the apples is the value. The double arrow defines the relationship between a key and its value. It does not access or display the value. To access the value later, we use the key inside square brackets. The textbook may use the older array syntax. This syntax is still valid. Both examples create the same array. The square bracket syntax is shorter, easier to read, and commonly used in current PHP code. The older array form remains supported, so you may still see it in the textbook and in older examples. An associative array uses descriptive string keys instead of automatically assigned integer keys. Here is an associative array. In the first element, red is the key and apples is the value. This echo statement displays one value from the list associative array. The variable list is the name of the array. Inside the square brackets, red is the key that identifies the value we want. PHP looks inside the list array, finds the element with the key red, and sends its value to the browser using echo. In this array, the key red is associated with the value apples, so the statement displays the word apples. Associative arrays are helpful when descriptive keys make the data easier to understand. For example, student equals name Jordan, grade 90. The key name is more descriptive than a numeric position. When an HTML form is submitted, PHP places the submitted name and value pairs into a superglobal array such as post or get. Consider this form field. We have label, and then we have the first name. The name attribute becomes keys in the post array. We can safely retrieve the submitted values with the fname variable. The null coalescing operator provides an empty string when a key is missing. The trim function removes extra spaces from the beginning and end of the submitted text. When we display the submitted text in an HTML page, we should escape it. The null coalescing operator prevents a missing key warning. It does not validate the submitted information. The HTML special chars function prepares the text for safe display in HTML, retrieves and validates the data first, and escape it when it is displayed. PHP contains many built-in functions for working with arrays. In this chapter, we will use 3 functions: the count function, the printr function, and the var_dump function. The count function returns the number of elements in an array. The printr function displays a readable representation of a variable. When the variable is an array, it shows the keys and values. The var_dump function displays more detailed information. It shows the data type and value of each element. For strings, it also reports the number of bytes. The printr and var_dump functions are troubleshooting tools for developers. Think of them as a way to look inside a variable while testing a program. They should not normally be used as the final output shown to visitors. Here is our array. To count the elements, we pass the array variable to count. This displays the number 3. To examine the entire array, we can use the printr function. We can use the var_dump when we need more detail. In a browser, debugging output may appear crowded because HTML normally collapses extra spaces and line breaks. We can temporarily place the debugging output inside a pre-element. The pre-element preserves spacing and line breaks, making the output much easier to read. This is a helpful testing technique. The pre, printr, and var_dump output should be removed or replaced before the page is considered finished. The PHP manual describes printr as displaying array keys and elements in a human-readable format. Here is our existing array. To append a value after the highest existing integer key, use empty square brackets followed by the assignment operator. The assignment operator is 1 equal sign. Because the highest existing integer key is 3, PHP assigns pair the next integer key, which is 4. We can also choose a specific key. So for instance, we have list and the number 5. This is to choose a specific key for grapes. For an associative array, we provide a string key. Use the double arrow operator when defining key and value pairs inside an array. Use the assignment operator when adding or changing an element after the array already exists. Use the unset function to remove an element from an array. To remove oranges, use its key. We pass the complete array element to unset. This includes the array variable and the key. After the element is removed, PHP does not automatically renumber the remaining integer keys. The array now contains keys 1 and 2. For an associative array, we use the string key. This removes the element whose key is poodle. Notice that the dogs array must be created before we remove one of its elements. The array merge function combines 2 or more arrays and returns a new array. We have array 1, which is apples and bananas, and array 2, which is oranges and pears. And then we create array 3 and we use the array merge function. When the input array uses integer keys, array merge renumbers those keys beginning with 0. When 2 input arrays contain the same string key, the value from the later array replaces the earlier value. The original array still exists unless we assign the merge result back to one of those variables. Here is a standard index array. Because PHP assigned the keys automatically, the first element uses index 0. To access the first value, we use the echo statement with the array variable and the key. This displays apples. The general pattern is echo, array name, and inside of the brackets is index. The variable index when it contains the integer key of the elements we want to access. For example, index equals 1, and then we echo the list array, and then index. This displays bananas. When a specific index is known, we can write the number directly. Here is an associative array. To retrieve the value associated with the key poodle, we use echo, the array dogs, and inside of the brackets, between quotation marks, the word poodle. This displays Emma. The general pattern is echo, array name, and then the key. Replace key with the actual string key used in the array. A string key must be placed inside quotation marks. The square brackets access the element. The key inside the brackets identifies which element PHP should retrieve. Sometimes we need to process every element in an array. PHP provides the for each loop for this purpose. Here is an indexed array. The for each loop retrieves both the key and the value. The array variable list identifies the array being processed. The as keyword separates the array from the temporary loop variables. During each repetition, the key receives the current key and the value receives the current value. The output is key is 0, value is apples. Key is 1, value is bananas. Key is 2, value is oranges. The code inside the curly braces runs once for every array element. A for each loop can process values only or keys and values together. PHP's for each syntax accepts an iterable expression followed by either a value variable or a key and value pair. Sometimes we do not need the keys. We only need each value. Here is the same array. To retrieve only the values, use one variable after the as keyword. During each repetition, the $value receives the current array value. The output is value is apples, value is bananas, value is oranges. Use this shorter form when the keys are not needed. Use the key and value form when the both pieces of information are important. Checkboxes can submit an array. A group of related checkboxes can allow the user to select more than one value. Each checkbox uses the same name attribute, and square brackets are added after the name. The square brackets after interest tells PHP to collect the selected values into an array. Only checkboxes are submitted. For example, when the user selects HTML and PHP, the submitted array contains HTML, PHP. The label provides visible descriptions for the checkboxes and makes the controls easier to select. Process checkbox array safely. Checkboxes are optional. When the user does not select any of them, the interest key may not be included in the post array. We can safely retrieve the selected values with the interest equals the post superglobal array, inside of that interest. The null coalescing operator uses the submitted checkbox array when it exists. When the key does not exist, it provides an empty array. Because interest will be an array, we can process it with a for each loop. The loop runs once for each selected checkbox. The HTML special chars function escapes each value when it is displayed in HTML. When no checkboxes were selected, the array is empty, so the loop does not run. The page continues without an undefined array key warning. The main pattern is the HTML form collects the selection, the square brackets in the shared name attribute tells PHP to create an array, the null coalescing operator provides an empty array when nothing was selected. The for each loop processes each selected value, and HTML special chars function safely displays each value in the browser. Arrays allow us to store several related values in one variable. Indexed arrays use numbered positions, while associative arrays use descriptive keys. We can access one value by placing its index or key inside square brackets. We can use a for each loop to work with every value in the array. Arrays are also useful when processing form data, especially when a group of checkboxes can submit more than one selection. The main idea is to understand how the values are organized so that PHP can store, retrieve, and process them correctly. Thank you.